Alright, today we are going to be discussing about the DOS and the DDoS attack and the preventive measures against the DDoS and the DOS attack. So denial of service and the distributed denial of service attack, that's the DDoS, attacks are among the most prevalent cyber threats targeting network system. Their primary objective is to disrupt the availability of services, rendering the system inaccessible to the legitimate users. These attacks exploit limitations in system resources, eating up the bandwidth, the CPU, and the memory or application processing capacity. So this is what the DDoS attack is affecting most in our system or in a server. Now we also have the denial of service attack. A denial of service attack is a malicious attempt to disrupt the normal functioning of the system by overwhelming it with traffic or resources intensive requests originating from a single source. Now, one of the differences between the DDoS and the DDoS attack is that a DDoS attack is being performed by multiple systems, multiple individuals, multiple infected systems called botnets, while a DDoS attack is being done by a single attacking system to a single target. But for the DDoS, you use the attacker use list of compromised system, group of system to perform the attack to target one particular server of a particular domain. You understand? Just to make the buffers, the traffic more heavy, to disrupt the activity or the functionality or the processing of the server. So that is where what can make the attack more effective by using the list of compromised system, group of system to perform the attack. So why? Because you need higher buffers to make the attack work. But the DDoS now uses one single system to perform one single attack to a single target. A DDoS attack involves multiple compromised systems, commonly referred to as botnet, that's group of systems. And a single infected system is called a zombie that simultaneously flood a target with traffic, significantly increasing the scale and the impact of the attack. Exactly. By using those lists of compromised systems, now it tends to increase the success rate and to increase the impact of the attack, the effectiveness of the attack. Now we also have the attack architecture, DOS architecture, a single attacker system, direct communication with targets, limited traffic capacity. Exactly. Then we also have the DDoS architecture. One, we have the attacker, the command and control server, that is the server used for controlling this botnet, and also the target, which is the main server which the flood is being sent to. Then thousands of compromised systems are used for performing this attack. These systems are called zombies. That is, each single system are called zombies. You understand? When you join this whole system together to perform the attack, they are called botnets. That is network botnet. Now, and also highly scalable and difficult to trace. Exactly. If I am an attacker now, I infect list of systems to perform my DDoS attack. It will be difficult for cybersecurity experts or forensics or the FBI or the intelligent experts to trace the connection, where it's actually coming from. Why? Because the attack is being done by multiple systems. I use my system to perform multiple attack using different compromised systems. So it will be difficult for security researchers to be able to trace the attack, where it's actually coming from, because it's coming from distributed devices across the globe worldwide from different regions, from different locations. So that is why it's difficult to trace. Now, classification of DDoS and DDoS attacks. Volumetric attack, this is one of the classification. One, this attack aims to saturate the bandwidth of the targeted network. That means denying the users access to network services. Example, we have the UDP flood, that's user datagram protocol flooding. Then we also have the ICMP echo flooding, using this command called the ping to death, something like ping space 8.8.8.8 space -t, something like this. That's the ICMP flooding, unreachable, because I am not connected to the internet. So if I'm connected to the internet now, I can easily flood my network, or flood the targeted device using the ping of death. That's ping space 8.8.8.8 space -t. The t now means continuous pinging without stopping. So the attacker has to stop it manually using the Ctrl+C command to stop the attack. So that is one of the ping of death. Then we also have the UDP flooding, that's synchronized flooding. So now, objective, exhaust the network bandwidth. Exactly. The main objective of this attack is to exhaust the network bandwidth. So now we also have protocol-based attack. This attack exploits weakness in network protocols such as synchronized flooding, TCP, that's the three-way handshake, the synchronization, acknowledgement, and synchronization and acknowledgement. So this one is the protocol-based attack. Then we also have the ping of death, just like the UDP, the ICMP flooding. Now the main objective is to exhaust the server resources such as connection table. Then we also have the application layer attack. This targets specific applications such as the HTTP, the get and post header of the particular website, then flood the website with a large amount of buffers to disrupt the users from or to disturb the users from visiting the site. And example we have the Slurris attack. A Slurris is a tool for performing a DDoS attack. Main objective is to exhaust the application processing capacity. So this is one of the method of performing the DDoS attack using the Slurris attack. Then we also have the attack mechanism, like one we have the synchronized flood, that's the synchronization and acknowledgement flood using the three-way handshake. The exploit the TCP three-way handshake, sends multiple synchronization requests without completing the handshake. Yes, just like now you are trying to communicate with someone, you are pinging the target without any reply. Just imagine now I'm pinging my ping now. If I ping the target now, I'm receiving a reply. But this kind of attack now means the target don't have to respond back to you. You're just sending buffers without any reply, making the target become exhausted by slowing the processes and the activities and the application processing. So that's one of the synchronized flooding attack. Then we also have server allocation resources for incomplete connection. Yes, that's under the synchronized flooding. Now we also have the HTTP flood, sending numerous HTTP requests to overwhelm a server, that's the web server, just like the Apache web server, which you can also use for practicing. Then especially any kind of website you can even think of, but with the right license. Then we also have then mimics legitimate users' behavior, making detection difficult. So that's one of the benefit of using the HTTP flood attack. It mimics the legitimate users' behavior and making detection difficult to know. Then we also have botnet-based DDoS attack. Compromised devices are controlled via malware. Exactly. Then we also have coordinated attack and amplified traffic volume. Common impact of the DDoS and DOS attack. 1. Service unavailability. Exactly. That's denial of service. You are making the services unavailable to the users, the legitimate users. Then we also have financial loss due to downtime. Exactly. You crash the server using the DDoS attack just to deny the users access to their financial resources. Then we also have damage to brand reputation. Exactly. Then we also have increased operational cost, potential security breaches during disruption. Then we also have SLA violation and legal consequences. So these are the impact of the DDoS attack when done on a targeted system. Then Detection techniques. Now these are what the countermeasures to detect what the DDoS and the DDoS attack. One is what traffic analysis, monitoring, continuous monitoring and what logging and auditing. Monitoring unusual spikes in traffic or any unusual behavior is one of the ways of what monitoring of against what the countermeasures against what the DDoS attack and DOS attack. Then identify abnormal what pattern of the network or abnormal what behavior of the network. That's also one of the ways of what preventing or monitoring any kind of what attack within your network, and just like the DDoS attack or the DOS attack. Then also have what signature based detection, recognizing known attack pattern just like the DDoS attack, the DDoS attack, effective against previously identified threats. Then we have behavioral analysis and so on. Then mitigation and prevention. Then we also have mitigation and prevention. Now the countermeasures. Now we have what the network level control using firewalls, the IPS intrusion prevention system, the access control list, and so on. Then load balancing and scalability, also part of what you can actually use for what the countermeasure. We have the load balancing or balancing of workload so that the server will not be overwhelmed too much. Then we also have what auto scaling the amount of what resources you can actually handle for that particular period of time. Auto scaling. Then we also have rate limiting. Rate limiting. Yeah, the rate limiting. Yeah, so these are the least ways of what of safeguarding your server or the countermeasures against what the DDoS attack. These are one of the least preventive measures against DDoS attack. Then we also have traffic filtering, blocking malicious or whitelisted IP or blacklisted IP. You have to block malicious IP that are unwanted from the server using what the firewall rule called the access control list. Then we also have what geolocation filtering. You have to filter geolocation traffic based on your region. Then protocol validation. You can also use the firewall for this and the firewall rules for this too. Then protocol validation too. Validate the protocol, verify the protocol before accepting the connection. And also rate limiting. Okay, I've said it before, it's part of what you should also implement. Rate limiting, part of the countermeasures for DDoS attack. Then limit the number of requests per IP or users. Prevent abuse of resources. Then the load balancing and redundancy. Redundancy means just like a duplicate of the server. Now the server that is actually running, serving your request, there must also be another standby device. In case the main server is compromised, then the second server will take the workload, the activity, the task of the first server and continue the operation. That's redundancy. Then distributed traffic across multiple servers. That's the load balancing the workload by distributing the traffic across multiple servers to balance the workload of the server. Then ensure higher. Now this one ensures higher availability of your network and network resources. Then we also have content delivery network, that's the CDNs. Now the CDN distributes content across geographical dispersed node. Distributes content across geographically dispersed node, that's the content delivery network or nodes. Then now absorb large amount of traffic volume. The CDN observe or absorbed. It monitors and absorbs large amount of traffic volume. Then DDoS protection services. Then specific services designed to mitigate a large scale of attacks includes traffic scrubbing and anomalous detection using monitoring tools for monitoring your network activities and so on. Then application hardening, that's application security, secure coding practices, then input validation, use capture and authentication mechanism. Then network hardening, disable what unnecessary what services and ports. Regular patching and updates also required for against the DDoS attack as part of the countermeasures against what DDoS attack. Then ensure configuration of network devices are properly what implemented. Then incident response, how you respond to an incident where your network or your firm is under attack. Divine response procedures, real-time monitoring and alerting, backup recovery system, communication strategies, and so on. Then defense in depth, the last one, that's layers of security, multi-layer of security. A layered security approach is essential, yes, and also must be deployed in your network for against DDoS attack. Parameter security, firewall and IPS and IDS, intrusion detection system and what intrusion prevention systems, and so on. So these are one of the ways of what protecting yourselves and your company against DDoS attack. Anything that now, one of the things you should know is what how the attack is being done and the countermeasures against the attack. So these are the countermeasures against the attack. I'm going to send the link below to to the video, so you can also get the write-up, this write-up, and also the countermeasures. So these are one of the things you should know. This is where most companies like they need security researchers and cyber security experts to know, because this is one of the things you should actually put yourself in and know how to perform the countermeasures, know how to implement the countermeasures against the DDoS attack. So these are one of the things you should actually know, apart from you learning on how to perform the attack. All right, pertaining the attack, I have a script here, a Python-based script for DDoS attack. That's full DDoS. I'm also going to send the link to the script. You can also use it to perform any DDoS attack. But take note, anything you do, you must always be licensed. Do this for audit. This is only for educational purpose, nothing more. So I'm going to use my local server. I'm going to launch my local website. So I'm going to attack my device. I'll take my system as the server hosting this particular website now I am about to use. Okay, so this is my particular. So let me launch my website here. So let me launch the website, and let me duplicate the windows and launch the flood, the DDoS flood here. All right, so okay, so this is my server here. So let me launch my live server and launch the website, my local host server, and launch the website live. So I'll show you how it's being done. So next, I'm going to open my task manager to see the effectiveness of the attack. I'm going to open my task manager. All right, so this is my CPU here. This is my CPU, and the current state now is 0, memory 93%. So nothing is actually running that is actually disturbing or that could cause harm to my system now. So okay, it has changed. 97%, memory 93. Okay, all right, so now let's see how the attack actually works. So after launching my website, my local website here, my local host website, this is the site here. See, look, it is actually functioning, going well. So it's responsive. So now next thing, I'm going to ping the local host IP address, ping space 127.0.0.1 to check the connectivity. All right, so the connectivity is okay. So look at it now, it's actually responsive, it's not hanging, okay, it's not lagging. So next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to my VS Code where the script is. So I'm going to configure, see, my target URL. So the URL of this particular website here which is for the index.html, the URL, which is this here. That's the URL here. So I'm just going to use it here. I'll change this to the target URL. So I'll paste. Alright, so now the IP address, target IP, which is 127.0.0.1, that's my localhost IP address. Then the port number is what? 5500. Then, so that's it. Then done. So you can also put the number of threads you want. So you can put 100, so you can put 1,000, 1 million, depends on how you want the effectiveness of the attack to be. So this is just 10, this is 100,000, okay, 100,000 is enough. So let me just put it to 1 million, okay? 1 million. So I'll save my scripts. Save. So I'm going to run this script in multiple terminals to see the effectiveness. So I'm going to open my terminal here. Alright, so before you launch the attack, there are some things you have to install. First, you have to install what? You have to be in this Python environment .venv and install pipe, this space install. You have to install requests. I've already installed it already, so it might not actually works. I've already installed my requests. Then after installing the request, then you install what? See, requirements already satisfied. Then you install what? Scapy. These are the extensions you need, the dependencies for running this script. So you enter, you install Scapy too. Requirements already satisfied. Alright, so I'm done installing these dependencies. So now I'm just going to launch the attack here. So I'm going to launch the attack. Alright, so yes. Alright, so now the attack is actually going on here. So request sent. So I'm sending buffers to this particular website. So this is a particular web application here. So this is it here. So now you might not actually see how, like, see, this side is still actually functioning. So it's still going. Yeah, exactly. So if you look at it now, so but let me go to my CPU. Let me check my CPU. I know it should be able to increase now. Now look at it here. See, it's actually increasing because this is where the buffer is actually coming from the VS Code. See and see. It has increased to 1,200 and 1,300 and something. So it's actually increasing. See, the memory. See, 29%, 30%. Is the I28. So it's actually increasing gradually. By the time I duplicate the terminal now and open another terminal again and launch the stuff here. Okay, let me run it again. Let me launch the script again in this place again to make the attack more effective. Okay. Alright, let me see again. Yep. Alright. So let's check again. Let's check the CPU now. See, it's increasing gradually. It's increasing. So it's increasing gradually. So now the website now. So now if you look now, see it's lagging. It's lagging gradually. It's lagging gradually. It's lagging gradually. So that's 2. Just give it time. Let the buffers be that much. Let the buffers be much. Just let the buffers be much. So I'm still going to open another terminal again. I'm still going to launch the attack again, making 3 the third terminal again I'm using now. So see, my system is already hanging. I'm already feeling the effect. It's not that responsive the way it used to be. So again. So my CPU alright, see, are you seeing it? The site has crashed. See, it has crashed. has crashed? Nothing. Even though I see it has crashed. It just is. It's trying. It's just like what? I don't know how to put it. Like it's trying harder to boot, to load. It's trying harder. I'm overwhelming this site now with a lot of traffic. I'm overwhelming it now. It's just trying its best to work, to boot, to be responsive, but it cannot be responsive. It cannot be responsive. Look, see, it is hanging. It's trying its best to be responsive. By the time I launch the fourth terminal here, it will be crazy. So there's no need for me to launch terminal because I'm actually using my system to launch the attack. So this is how to actually do it. Perform this attack to a particular live server. So look now, the site has already freezed. The site is freezed already. So even though I refresh multiple times, unless the attack stopped before I will be able to use the website the way I want. So now the site is already freezed. The site is freezed already. The site is freezed. So now, this is how to perform with the DDoS attack. So now, thank you. So I'm going to send the link to the video description. I'm going to send the link to the video description so you can copy the code, the link to the code, and also the textbook I used earlier. And also, if you want to use it to your own particular website, your own licensed website, you can just change the URL here to your target URL there. Then you put the IP address of the target IP address of the website, then the port number that the site is actually running on, then you are good to go. Then you just launch your attack. But please do this for only educational purpose. I'm not responsible for any action that is being done outside this video. Thank you.